Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Faab Five campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I'm Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around my virtual table today are Alyssa, Joe, Koines, and Kyle. Say hi, everyone.
Hola.
Hey.
Yo.
We're hoping Jeremy is going to be joining us at some point tonight. We'll see. But we do wish him the best and a speedy recovery. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two for tonight, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tools let you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator tool right in your web browser, which is where we build the tokens for these games. You can build yours today at heroforge.com. Our second sponsor for tonight is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely. You can blur, remove the background entirely, or even put your favorite picture up as your background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral link here in the chat and show descriptions. Next up, we have in this week our brand new campaign has its next episode. Dreams of Infinity is our Magi Knights Awakening campaign, and it's going to be airing this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. And that should do it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Faab Five. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Faab Five was still in the city of Revancia after assisting the Erudite Conclave to defend their outpost from an attack led by the Cult of the Dreamer. Knowing that Master Ohm planned on giving them an important part to play in the upcoming assault on the army, the squad spent some time gathering up supplies they might need, which included a trip to the local sex shop so that Veil could purchase a few mannequins for a new spell, and Apollyon could stock up on some bondage gear and banana hammocks. The next day...
You know it.
What was it called? Trixie's Treasure Trove or something?
Yeah, Trixie's
Totally
Treasure
forgot.
Trove. That's it.
I totally forgot about the GIMP masks. Damn it.
Now, the next day, the team met with Master Ohm, who updated them all on the plans for assaulting the Umbra Spire, where the cult was performing their ritual. For their part in the upcoming crusade, Ohm wanted the party to travel to the Umbra Spire by their own means and attempt to sneak into the spire to disrupt the ritual, while the united armies of Loroupa directly engaged the cultist army. The group spent much time poring over maps and discussing how they could get into the spire unobserved, and eventually the group decided to teleport to one of the nearby teleportation circles and then wind walk across the desert to get to the spire, Once there, they plan to disable the watchtower on one side of the mountain before venturing in further. And so, Faab Five, once your plan was made, met privately with Liam to talk a little about Grood and about the legend attached to the Dreaming Tree. He then presented you, Liam, with a weapon once wielded by an old comrade of his, one whom the aged Master Monk greatly respected. He told you to take care of this ancient relic, and that it would keep you safe on your travels. Afterward, you all decided to bunk for the night so that Veil could work on whatever magic he needed to prepare for what was up ahead. Blood hopped over to Morag to pick up the weapon he had ordered from old Fuckleral, while Eloise talked Veil into contacting her father, Vulcan. She then went and scryed on the old druid and discovered that he and Grood were still alive and seemingly working together somehow, deep in the Underdark. Oh, and Apollyon also unsuccessfully tried to talk a lot of members of the Conclave into joining his sex cult. It kind of got HR called on him again.
Forgot about that too.
HR's definitely been notified. But before we get into all of that, a question comes to each of your minds. And that question is, if you were granted a single use of the wish spell, what would you use it for? And, Eloise, since you're the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and go first?
So, I would wish that everyone could understand plants and animals so that it would make their lives better. We can't necessarily talk back to them or be understood by them, but they can understand them.
Yeah, imagine walking through a grove of trees during the spring when they're all pollinating, and you just hear them all... Yeah, anyway. Blood from a Stone, how about you?
Good lord, I mean, I can't come up with something better than that. Shit, I guess mine's gonna be a little more selfish, not so altruistic. I mean, I won't reverse what happened to my brother, but I think I would make my parents forget. Because they can have one disappointment, they don't need two.
Fair enough. Apollyon, you're next.
Well, if I could wish for anything, I would wish to be teleported right into the presence of the strongest champion in this world so that I may defeat them. Because everybody knows the Golden Boi is the best.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what Apollyon would wish for. Without...
You don't want to bring them to you. You want to go to wherever they are on their home turf. I love your strategy.
That's right.
But
I want the challenge. I want to feel that burn.
What if Apollyon is the strongest champion in this world?
he'd have to fight himself.
Do you have to fight
like
himself?
a doppelganger? Or
Yeah.
is it like a good old-fashioned fight club situation here where he's pretending to beat himself up?
Anti-Apollyon.
Nega-Apollyon.
Kicking my own ass.
I'm my own grandpa.
Okay, Liam,
Whoop.
how about you?
Right, well, recently I've taken certain steps in becoming, slightly better than, I used to be. And I think the next step in that direction would be wish to make myself king of all the were-tigers.
Okay.
So they would all bow down to me and respect me, take my orders. They're a bunch of pack of randoms and stuff like that. You never know. But if they listen to me, we could get something done.
You thus far know nothing about their society or if there's any culture involved, but you just want to be their king.
Yep.
Oh boy.
The moment you said that, the first thing that came to my mind is the Wizard of Oz. If I were king of the forest.
Love it. Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, charge of a bunch of fake ass cats. I got you.
You have to add into the wish and a harem of tabaxi.
I'd have all tabaxis lose their tails if I got a second wish.
Oh wow.
So damn cocky about that tail being so special. Talk down to me, will you?
At least it's real.
Okay, love it. Well, let's see, where was I? Okay, well, Faab Five, Veil had a few things that he needed to do that night. One of them was to cast his spell, which is to create a Magan, which, so now he has basically an animated sex doll dressed up in whatever y'all dressed it up in, walking around there next to you. If Jeremy's able to make it tonight, he'll be able to describe this thing in a bit more detail. But yeah, he has a life-size sex doll walking along there.
So
next to
it
him.
doesn't consume the doll; it uses the doll for this spell.
Yeah.
It animated
wow.
the doll.
It consumes
wow.
like the jade or mercury or whatever the quicksilver, whatever he got.
Quicksilver, yeah.
It consumes that, but the doll comes to life. Yeah. Oh, is that him?
Huh?
Hello?
Hey, Jeremy!
Jeremy!
Yo. How are you guys? You
Good,
guys?
dude. How are you?
I'm alright. Been better, but hopefully we'll get some good playing tonight.
Well, you ready? We're gonna put you on the spot. If Veil had was granted a single use of wish, what would he use it for?
Let's see. If Vale was granted a single use of wish, he would definitely wish for the largest undead army
Oh God!
the world has ever seen.
Of course he would.
Well,
And
yeah.
infinite knowledge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So this thingy that Veil is making, is it sentient? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about this. I was actually just telling them about this Magan that Veil would have created overnight. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that thing?
So basically, it is a construct. It does not talk, and it just obeys my commands. So I wouldn't say it's sentient, but it's not dumb. Let me pull this up again.
So if you said something like "protect me," it could easily like keep an eye out for anything coming your way.
Yes.
Okay.
Create Magian.
But if you tell it to stand there and then Eloise like pokes it with her finger in the eye, it's not gonna like wiggle or move or anything.
I don't think so. So any Magian you create with this spell obeys your commands without question. So I would say it's kind of like if you've ever seen or read Game of Thrones, like an Unsullied.
Okay.
Like it literally just does what it's told without question and can tolerate pain. And let me see what I did a certain kind of Magian too.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's a Hypnos Magan, a Galavan Magan, and a Demos Magan.
Yeah, the one that flies with the lightning.
The one that flies with the lightning. That is the Galvan Magan.
Yes, a Galvin Megan. Can
Cool.
fly and has a powerful lightning attack damage.
Okay, so I thought you told me you wanted the Hypno one, but so that's the character sheet I made. So I'll just make the next one here in a little bit. But
Okay.
you will have a character sheet for it.
Okay. Are we in game right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So while Vale was away, locked in his quarters, he he performed the ritual of this spell by the rod that he paid. I think it was like 1,500 gold pieces for, and the quicksilver, and he poured the quicksilver in the chest of these dolls that Apollyon gathered for him from the shop, we'll say, and he performed this ritual, and once this Megan came to life and opened its eyes, the big smile came across Vale's face. He knew that he now is something that he can control like the undead, but it's not going to be frowned upon like all the other times he's been caught with his undead. This is more of a construct, so kind of like just another thing. So he's excited to show the group his new creation. I'm trying to think. So what's happened so far? Vale's been locked up in the room. What has everyone else been doing?
Just gathered supplies, really.
Things that you weren't here for. Liam was gifted the rod of many things. I think
Lordly
it is
might.
Lordly might. Yeah.
Rod
so
of Lordly Might.
yeah. He was gifted that to him by Eloise got a staff upgrade.
I remember that.
Oh, you were here for that?
I do,
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It's basically like an upgraded. It's almost like the staff of the Magi or something, right?
Something like that, yeah.
It's along the same strength level, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and then I also think I purchased the I forgot what it was exactly called. Arcane Grimoire. It's a leather-bound book that I could use as my spellcasting focus. You gave me the second rarity, the rare version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a +1 or +2, yeah.
Yeah, it's +2. I didn't get the very rare version.
Yep. So,
How's my sound coming in?
You're
good
good, bud.
enough. Good enough, buddy.
Okay.
So yeah, you've gathered all these supplies. You've been in with Master Ohm, who is basically explained to the party that he wants you all to get to the Umbra Spire before the army does and try to disrupt this ritual to give them more time. And so the plan is to teleport to one of the teleportation circles that's near the Umbra Spire. You have the teleportation circle at the hidden outpost in Rowena, or in the Margarine Federation near Rowena, or you have one in the town of Rainy Vika. There is an adventurer who lives there who's allowing the Conclave to use that portal as well. So you can teleport to either of those and then make your way via Windwalk, I believe was the plan, right?
Yeah, I think we were going to the adventurer's home because it was going to be a quicker trip.
Yeah, we're gonna use the teleportation sigil to go there to him, and then Windwalk to those towers to.
Yeah, the 2 watchtowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to head to the one on the western side first. Because that's the one closest to Rainy Vika.
Yeah, if that's the case, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy Vika is basically northwest of the Umbra Spire. So if you're teleporting there, you would be going southeast to get to it. So you would be coming up to the western watchtower first. So yeah. Other than that, if there's any other preparations you want to do, now's the time to do them. But other than that, the day in the world is yours. So Faab Five, what do you want to do?
It's only been we've only 24 hours has gone by since the last time we played, correct?
Thereabouts.
Okay. And when is this ritual supposed to be taking place that we need to interrupt?
It's like what, 3 or 4 days? Is it 4 days?
The rough estimate right now is you got 3 days till then.
So yeah, we pretty much have to.
So.
And they're wanting, and it's going to take 5 days for the army to get there, 4 days for the army to get there. So they're wanting you to get there ASAP to disrupt this ritual. That way, they have more time to get the army there.
Okay, so if we're teleporting to where you the lodge, you said blood.
It's
hidden
some
hangout.
adventures. Yeah, no, this is
Hidden
going to
hangout.
be in Ranivika, an adventurer's home that's allowing us to use his teleportation circle.
Correct.
Okay, so
okay.
so that's we'll go there, and then we wind walk from there. So what's the time of wind walk? How long are we going to be wind walking for? I guess my question is.
Yeah.
My question is, should we leave right now, or are there things you guys need to prep first?
I think we got everything prepped. At least Blood does. Blood's got everything set.
Yeah, we went to the town and bought potions and stuff, so I don't know. I think we're pretty well set up.
All right. I'm trying to pull up my I got my character sheet on my iPad, but for some reason the map's not loading. So hopefully I could just picture what's going on.
Yeah, with the app and like that, the maps tend not to load well. We can kind of paint a picture for you.
Yep.
Okay. So what do you guys think? We should head out now?
Yeah.
I can cast teleportation circle.
The Conclave has offered to teleport you themselves.
Yeah, so we could save
Who's
us.
better?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me do this real quick.
It's like, go ahead and you can mark a greater and a mod. I mean, I've got a bunch of potions, 16 lesser, 5 moderate, and 2 greater. You can have whatever you want to keep on yourself.
What's the do we know what the, for lack of a better term, terrain is going to be like where we're going?
We're going to a mountain.
So
No.
that's an easy question to get the answer for, because you're still at the Conclave right now. So you can just ask your liaison. The information about the Umbra Spire is it is a very, very dense stone spire that's right in the middle of the desert. It's literally, it's damn near in the dead center of the Juntla Waste, which you've all been to before. That you traveled through them when you're traveling to Rowena. You know it's desolate, sand, very little.
Is that where Led grew up?
Yeah, actually south of the spire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Blood grew up in the mountains to the south of the spire, so he's definitely familiar. He lived there a long time, but like. There's very little there, no vegetation. It's at the location of the Umbra Spire itself, it's rock. It's pure rock. There's very little scrub or anything like that. Nothing actually grows in that area. So there's no bush, there's no dense brush, nothing like that. Very clear lines of sight. And you have been shown a map which shows the Umbra Spire, which I'll go ahead and pop up for y'all just one more time, because I know it's been a while since we've played. But there's my very, very badly drawn map. You can see that the big circle in pink, that's where the main army is located. Those blue little things there are stone stone barriers, basically a big gate that protects the area. The green X there is the tunnel that they believe the cult is performing the ritual. They cannot scry past that point. Probably a pretty good idea. The box in red is where they believe to be an officer's building. They've seen quite a few of the people they believe to be officers going in and out of it. They think it's either their war room or something similar to that. The tan X's are watch posts. They're little they're little outposts that have a big watchtower on it and probably a few dozen soldiers around each one that protects them. And so they have very clear lines of sight for anyone approaching from pretty much anywhere. And so your plan, you said, was to go to the first one, the one to the west, and attack that one directly since it's close to the tunnel, and make your way from there. That all makes sense so far?
The main army is in the purple circle. That's like a bunch of tents and all the main forces.
Correct.
Ours or theirs?
Theirs. That's where their encampment is. All the
where's the Conclave army planning to attack from?
They're attacking from the north. They're going to be heading directly south. See, right now they are still in Weston, gathering up their forces. They need another couple days to gather up the forces from all over the continent. So Weston is directly north of the Umbra Spire, across the river in the Empire of Dowrin. The plan is for the army to cross the river and go directly south and meet the army in the plains before the desert and kind of draw them out. And they have several strike teams that are going to be making their way in. Your job is disruption. Stop them. Give them time. That sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should take out those outposts. Eloise and I can take to the air and scout ahead, and you guys can come in for the kill.
Well, I mean, we can all take to the air when she casts her spell.
What, the wind walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't it take a minute to transform?
Well, we can find a spot.
It does, but I mean, like, wherever we land on this watchtower, we could fly to that point, is kind of what I'm saying.
I guess, like, they're not going to detect us in wind form, right? Does it say anything about that?
No.
Well,
so we can just...
We're incorporeal
yeah,
or
we
something?
just kind of look like a cloud moving.
Yeah, we can't, like,
appearing
attack
as
or
wisps
anything.
of cloud. Here, hang on, I'll put it in chat. There you go.
So you and up to 10 willing creatures you can see can assume a gaseous form for the duration, appearing as wisps of cloud. So you do have
so if 6 more people... I was going to say, if 6 more people want to join us, they can come with us.
I think we probably also move so fast that we could get out of something's range and or sight very easily.
Yes. You can still technically be attacked in that form, but it's a lot more difficult for them to hit you because you're in a cloud form. But on the opposite side, it takes a full minute to transform, so you can't do it while in sight of anybody.
I think I know how Eloise's wind walk would work. I'm totally going to rip off the idea from an author of a YA novel series that I read as a kid. So not so much wisps of cloud. So when we wind walk, what happens is like every particle of our being spreads and creates space in between each other until we're almost just like a very loose kind of dust devil kind of thing.
Okay.
And then that's why it takes a minute for us to revert back, because it's all of our particles are having to come back closer and closer together until we form ourselves again.
I like it.
Is anybody going to be able to tell me what book series that's from? I don't think so.
What is it?
Should I say?
Go for it.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's oh shit, they're
yeah.
still packed away in a box. It's the Daughters of the Moon series by Lynn Ewing.
It's like I don't think the
Ewing?
author's Chad.
Ewing?
They're gonna get upset with us.
Nah, it's a shout out to
No.
him.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Neither have I.
It's fun time.
Nice.
Kind of along the magical girl kind of vibe,
Yeah, I dig it.
Probably why I never read it.
with
'cause I'm not a
Greek
magical girl.
mythology thrown in for flavor.
Nice.
Well, yeah, before we take off, Blood would want to, if we didn't before, say it, find some climbing gear for people.
Okay.
Because some of us are not exactly the most
Oh yeah,
dexterous.
is that a spell I have access to? Hold on. I don't even know what level spell that would be.
Okay.
I
So
don't need to climb. I'll just fly.
that's fair.
Well, buddy, a big red. I mean, once you transform back, big ass red guy with wings, you're gonna stand out. So,
Veil can cast invisibility on me or something. I don't know.
well, we want to try and conserve some magic, buddy, because it could be a big fight, long fight. I just don't want you burning yourself out.
Don't you worry about that. I train for endurance.
I always worry about you, buddy.
For the marathon, man.
Oh, do I still have?
Well,
The
climbers
code.
kits. Actually, if you speak to your research liaison, they will be willing to give you a
Perfect.
couple.
Sweet.
Oh,
They have
Very
plenty.
nice.
Shouldn't necessarily need one. I don't think Liam would. But we can give one to Vale and his as of yet unnamed sorcerer's apprentice,
He could fly.
Eloise. Oh, okay. Well, fuck. Then, you know what? Then Vale and Eloise.
Yeah.
For what? You're gonna give me what?
Climbing
Yeah,
gear
no
gear.
shits.
for when
I
we
have a
land.
potion. I have a potion of spider climbing, so
All right. Fine.
I'll take the
everybody.
climbing gear.
and I can fly.
Yeah, we'll give it to Vale. We'll have the gear just in case. But like I said,
in case.
if you're in a desolate brown environment,
Yes.
you are shiny white. He is shiny red with wings. You stand out. That's all I'm saying.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
When has that ever worked out for us?
Ain't that the truth? Okay.
Ah, yep. Good to go.
Well, climbing climbing kits in hand, everything stashed away and prepared. You feel as confident as you can be, as you're all led through the conclave down, or actually upstairs, to one of the teleportation rooms. When you arrive there, the teleportation circle is being drawn out, and they finish it very quickly. You were reminded as you were walking through that the individual who's allowing the conclave to use his circle, he's a private individual. He's not a conclave member. He's requested that we don't give out his circle address. He allows us to have it because he has worked for us in the past and we're on good terms. But he's asked nobody just wantonly showing up and using his circle. So please be respectful of Master Truss once you arrive.
That's the one I was gonna get rid of. I had too many spells prepared.
You wait for the moment while the spell is complete. The spell whoosh lights up, and you all step through. to find yourself in a dark, curtained room that is covered with about an inch of fog at your feet. There's a little pot in one corner where this mist is kind of bubbling up out of and coating the floor. And other than that, you can see a single door at the far end. But that is very quickly opened to reveal a somber-looking man in a dark suit that appears to be a butler of some sort. His hair is slicked back. He has a silver tray on his hand. And he looks at you all and he says, yes, the Conclave group. We have been expecting you. Please follow me. And he steps aside, holding the door open, waiting for you all to follow him through.
Yeah, I follow.
Mm-hmm.
Lead the way, my man.
Yes, very good, sir. Please, this way. And he leads you through this manor, along several long and winding corridors that is decorated quite nicely. Various art and statues, bric-a-brac, things like that. It's all very expensive and lavish. You're led down to a set of stairs, which you all descend down to a large and grand foyer, to a front door, where he promptly opens it and says, I was led to believe that you have business, so good luck on whatever it is you have to do. And he opens the door for you.
Vale steps in with,
Obliged.
is it Megan?
Yeah, you just have
Insight check.
What are you inciting?
The butler.
Go for it. Roll an insight check.
Just want to see if he truly hates us or if he's a spy.
Or if he's just a butler.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
It's not bad.
6 plus, wow, I got a 10. 16.
16. Okay. So, you kind of look this guy up and down, and you're trying to size him up a little bit, and you get the impression that he's just has better things to do than escort people through the house on their way out, and he just seems kind of irritated by having to do this, but he's trying to get you out quickly so he can get back to work.
Fair enough.
You all make your way into the city of Ranivika, which you've heard about several times before. This is the birthplace of Ivik Abir. Her home.
Boo hiss.
Boo hiss, indeed. Her home at the convent of Jorun is where the Conclave once believed and has recently confirmed that it was actually a location and an outpost for the cult. You also know that recently all those nuns have just flown the coop. The Conclave had sent an expedition in there to kind of dig in and get more information, and ended up not getting caught per se, but making their way into an area they shouldn't have, and ended up having to kill a bunch of stuff and had to flee to deal with other more complicated issues.
Nuns had to do that?
Well, the nuns were the
Would-
bad guys.
Would that have
Okay.
included a high elf that used to be a rabbit?
The nuns were doing some debauchery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
yes,
That sounds like a circus.
it does.
Ba-dum.
It does indeed. And yeah, you guessed it. It was the debauchery circus who had been sent in there. They posed as nuns to sneak in. Found out that the nuns were actually breeding beholderkin down underneath
Jeez.
their convent. Yeah,
Like you do.
like one does at a convent. They ended up killing quite a few of them, but then the big creature, the one that was spawning them all, had taunted them and told them that their home was under attack, and so they opted to teleport out and go deal with that issue instead. And so that allowed the nuns to escape, and also in the process, the nuns killed all of the priests at the temple before leaving.
Wow.
So,
Jeez.
yeah. So that was discussed in the War Council. But after that, you would all know that both the temple and the convent itself are empty. And the city itself is kind of in the midst of chaos because half of their security force, the guards, just up and left, along with the sheriff of the town, several members of the city council, and several members of the merchants guilds as well, just up and vanish. The conclave is convinced that they're all cult members as well. That's why they all pieced out. So the town itself that you're currently standing in is one of very much chaos. There's not a lot of people out on the streets right now. It's eerily quiet. And as you all stand and look about, trash litters the streets. There's several buildings that currently are smoldering. And you see evidence of fires as you all walk down the city streets. It's kind of creepy and a little strange.
Wow, they must have had one hell of a party.
Does Veil perk up at the dour appearance?
Yes, he's kind of saying, "Oh, this place isn't so bad. Kind of nice here."
But
No sheriff, you say? We got stuff to do. Can't go robbing shops. Stuff to do. All right.
okay. Well, you have a plan in motion. It's currently about 9:30 in the morning, and the world is yours. So.
How long do we think it's going to take us to get there?
You estimate that because you're using Windwalk, it's probably going to take you about 4 hours to get there.
So middle of the
1
afternoon?
o'clock, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when we want to hit?
I mean, it would almost preferably be more into the evening, but time is of the essence here, so...
Wait, all right, so, I'm sorry. Just so we clarify, you have to get to this... We're getting to the spire, that's where the ritual is, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
But that's 4 days away?
they think.
Well,
Okay. Go ahead.
so it's going to take the army to get there. You're traveling using Windwalk, so your time is
Yep.
is cut down significantly. But to move an army, that's why it's taking a long time. So the army's going to get there after the ritual ends. Your job is to disrupt it.
Okay. And we have to hit places before that, or is that our main goal right now? I apologize. I'm on KG right now, so my memory is not that
Yeah,
great.
no,
you're fine, bud.
we totally understand. Your plan was to head to the Umbra Spire from Ranivika, travel along
Yes.
there, take out the first watchtower you get to, and then
Okay.
assess the situation from there.
Okay. Let's do this.
So when are you planning on leaving? Like you said, you'll probably get there if you leave right now around 1 o'clock-ish, 1:30-ish. So it'll be in the middle of the day. The sun will be out, but there's also advantages to that too. It's very, very hot at
True.
that point. So I mean, it's up to you when you plan on heading out.
Do we know when nightfall hits?
It's
I guess
currently
about that time of
yeah,
year.
it's currently right now early summertime. It usually gets dark in the desert right around 7ish.
Alright. I mean, there's advantages to both. There's disadvantages to both. Going in the daylight or at night. So it's up to you guys.
We gotta pick our poison.
Everybody's got dark vision.
I can see in the dark.
We go at night.
Well, I wasn't saying that was them, but yeah, I mean, it's they can't see us as well. I mean, blood is visible at night.
I hate to break it to you, but most people who have come across dark vision, they've found a way to adapt. They'll probably be able to see us regardless.
I mean, such as me and Liam. Neither of us have dark vision, and yet we found a way around that.
I mean, Blood, for instance, nobody's going to be able
Well-
to see him in the darkness, but we don't all have that
Yeah,
kind of cover.
During the day, obviously, it is going to be brighter out, and so they'll be able to see us much more easily. But it is really hot in this desert, so a lot of them might be indoors. They might be, a skeleton crew out watching, but at night, everybody's probably going to be on their posts. So I mean, it's like I said. I mean, we can go in at night, be a little more stealthy, and be less seen. Or we go in the
Or during the
daytime when there might
day
be
and-
less people on duty.
Hmm.
I mean, it's.
I would
it's
vote. I think nighttime because we can all see in the dark, and you're pretty much ultra blood in the dark. So that's my vote. I vote nighttime.
Okay. Anybody else have preferences?
I mean,
That seems like the strongest in favor of anything we've heard so far, honestly. Everybody seems rather wishy-washy.
I'm good either way, but I am
Yeah,
better at
Let's
night.
do night.
Okay. And then the last question I'm going to pose to you is this. You have two choices. You can wait in Rainy Vika till it gets closer to dark and head there and still have 4 hours of the spell lingering while you check out the first watchtower. Option number 2 is you head out during the daytime and be able to scout out and see the location and then stop somewhere and wait till nightfall and then head in under the cover of darkness. The disadvantage to that is that you don't have the spell, but the advantage is in cloud form. It's bright out and you'll be able to see the landscape a lot better.
So do we want to go scout?
I mean, if we can do it safely, I'd be okay, Scout.
I mean, we just
I
stay
would
in
stay
windwalk
back and-
form and
All that too. Yeah, and we would just look like a dark cloud, if anything.
dust on the wind.
I mean, we could get some robes and just kind of look like travelers moving through the desert. We don't have to necessarily go towards the spire. We could be going as if we're kind of going diagonal to it. I mean, if we wanted to leave now and then do the wind walk later, or we can just wait here.
I'd say let's leave a few hours before sunset, and then that way we'll get there with the sun still up, not set, and we can do our scouting then. And then as soon as dark hits, we can...
Yeah, there you go. You could
Sounds like a
That
great
makes
plan.
sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So we could scout it out in the windwalk form,
Yeah,
and then as soon as dark hits, we could just, let
yeah, and
Blood do his
we
thing
can
while
hopefully
get
scope
back.
out like a spot where we can coalesce so that we can maybe make a plan, and then dust
Yeah, that works.
dust up and
Thank you.
go and make our hits.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. So waiting till the time that when you can arrive there right as the sun's not quite beginning to set, so you still have a decent amount of light. You have time to look around, find a good place to hold up, and then wait for nightfall. Perfect.
Quick question. Back when we were at the other town, I did commission someone to make a small statuette of myself, correct?
Yeah, you were able to get that.
Alright, so can I kind of rent it and say I did cast contingency during the 24 hours back then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so it's going to be when I cast the spell, hold on, where is it?
Currently, you have when Veil cast major or mirror image, blink goes off.
That's what, yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Okay. So you have that contingency ready to go. Any other prep you think you need to do? Casting, because I know you lost a lot of zombies in the fight against the fight in the Conclave. Do you have any zombies you've
yes.
resurrected?
Yes, I'm pretty sure there were a bunch in the hole. I'm trying to think right now. Let's just say, I mean, I don't want to overdo it. Let's just say I have 10.
Looks like you have 8 Quagoth bodies in the portable hole right now.
All right. Then I got 8. I'll do 8 then.
Okay.
8 zombies.
You got 8 zombies in the hole. You got your Magden probably in the hole, so if you're going to be windwalking.
So that's a good question. She could target up to a certain amount of people. Could she target the Megan, or should I just...
I mean,
can you target a construct?
And
can't
like, does a construct count as a target?
So the thing that stands out to me is it says you and up to 10 willing creatures. Now, I guess we could debate the philosophy of whether or not a construct that has no will of its own could be willing, but I feel like that's going a little too meta, so let's just say yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I mean, either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could will it to, hey, I will you to...
Yeah, fly with us.
Yeah, fly with it.
It's a philosophical point that I'd love to debate at some point, but not while playing D&D. So we're just going to say yes.
I mean, either way, it doesn't. I was going to say either way, it doesn't matter. Because whole or not yet. So, all right, so come on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, it can be cast windwalk as well. You wait at a little cafe and have a bit of lunch. There's not a lot to eat here. The fare is very scant, a little more than watery soup and some bread that's probably been made a couple days ago, but at least it's filling. Once the time is ready, you all gather together in some quiet corner of the city. Luckily, the streets are fairly empty. Nobody is really looking to go out. The few people you have seen have been stressed and overworked, but people seem to be trying to make the best of a really, really bad situation here in that city. So people tend to be just, keeping to themselves. Like I said, you find that quiet corner, you cast your spell, and you all begin to rise up into the air as misty forms of yourself. Time speeds forward, because 4 hours of travel over desert is probably pretty damn tedious. But, fortunately, Eloise also has that one spell that kind of directs you.
Guiding hand.
Yeah. So if you're planning on using that, you could have used that to get there.
I would ritually cast Guiding Hand.
Are you saying you don't want to roleplay 4 hours of desert travel?
No, not really.
Where really we're in wind form, so all we can do is just hope we understand what we're saying.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Dude, that'd make for viral television right there.
Fortunately,
Just 6 assholes just at each other
God,
for 4 hours.
God, let's just do it. But yeah, with the guiding hand, you can all easily follow it. The Magden just follows patiently and obediently there behind Veil. And you all go speeding off towards... It's not hard to see. It's actually kind of hard to miss. The gigantic, monolithic, single spire rising out from the desert. It's clear on the horizon. And you all know exactly where you need to go. So you go flying that way. 4 hours go by. It's dull. But the closer you get, I imagine you kind of pull up and stop once you have a good, clear visual of the landscape around the mountain. There, at the foot of the mountain, between two of those wide upper arms of the mountain, you can see the very large camp of the Cult of the Dreamer. At this height, because I imagine you're pretty freaking high, so as not to be seen or just to blend in to the sky above, you can't really get a good count of how many people there are. It's like ants, but tens of thousands? More? 20,000? 30,000? It's hard to tell. The camps is huge. And there's a lot of moving going on down there. You can see beyond. In those two arms of the mountain, you can see a large stone structure that has been built up between them. A gate made of high stone. You estimate about 60 feet high. On top of them, you can see something that glints in the setting sun. You're guessing that's probably those arcane cannons that the Conclave had told you about. Massive defenses that could pose serious threat to somebody down there, which is probably why the Conclave's plan is to draw the army away. You can see the watchtowers and the small encampments around, at least on your side. You can probably see two of them. One in the desert itself at the base of the western side, and the one closer on the arm, the western arm of the mountain. It's just a tiny structure at this distance. It's like this big, but you can see it's a tall tower, and there's quite a few tents around there. You start moving in a little closer, as the sun is slowly dipping down. You're looking for a place to camp out and hold up. I imagine you want it to be close enough to close enough that you can walk to the mountain arm, but not so close that anybody on it would see you as you land. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. So go ahead, everyone. Give me perception checks. Vale, do you need me to do that for you? Or can you do it?
Oh, shit. That's a crit for 32.
Oh, wow.
25.
Just a 16 I thought was decent.
Yeah, Matt's saying get all those crits out now before combat.
Yeah, exactly. Jeremy, do you need me to roll for Veil? It honestly doesn't matter with the 32, but still. I rolled for you, you got a 21. Which is still pretty damn good. So, as you're getting close and start flying overhead, you're aiming towards that first watchtower. You can count that there is 16 tents surrounding the tall, 50-foot tall tower that, as you get close, you can see is made of wood. The tower is on 4 long stilt legs that is kind of reinforced with cross beams and that sort of thing. And there's a very large winding staircase that goes along the southern side around the back and then up towards the north. A long descending staircase that goes, from the flat part of the mountain up to the tower. You can see that there is, beyond that, there is a barricade built up of sandbags and stone, with, you count at least 5 guards watching. That path to the south seems like the most clear path to get up to this outpost by foot. You can see that it winds along the arm of the mountain, alongside the cliff, about a good 500 or so feet from the base of the desert, up along the mountain and around, up to that location. So that way is very well guarded. As you're circling around and you're starting to look about, which actually I'm going to go ahead and show you this on the map now, because you're high enough that you'd be able to see some of that. Well, yeah, we'll say that you drop down to about maybe like 200 or so feet above, so you would be able to see this. And I will go ahead and show you that.
As far as prep for the day, I totally forgot. I need to take my rod of lordly might and slice my hand with it. Try and give it a little cold damage here. So I'll do a d6 to me.
Okay.
Alright. Before we start anything, can we take a quick bio break?
Just some blood hunter stuff.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go pee anyways. Be right back.
Matt, my rod is frosty. Can't hear you, Matt.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and take our break because Alyssa already ran off. We will get back to this in about 10 minutes, folks, so stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our team was scouting over the northwestern watchtower here at the Umbra Spire. Y'all rolled really freaking well, and you've been around Necthros Veil for quite some time. You've seen the zombies, you've seen the skeletons, you've seen all of that he tends to bring about, and you're pretty damn familiar with the way they move, the way they smell, that sort of thing. As you're flying overhead, you are about 150, 200-ish or so feet above, flying as mist forms. And you can see that these soldiers, they have armor on, they have hoods up over their head, and imitating, your typical guard. But you're watching the way they move, Blood, you especially. You would be the first person to notice this with your 32 perception. And you would know, you'd be like, no. That's undead. Those are undead moving around. You can see that there are at least 24 or more guards just around the area itself. All of them kind of doing that movements, still holding weapons, still looking pretty damn fierce. But you're fairly certain they're undead. Apollyon, you would have been the second person to pick this up. Veil, with his 21, would have noticed this as well. You go flying over and begin to make a second pass, but something in the distance, Blood from a Stone with your nat 32, you see this on the horizon, a large black shape flying across directly in the line of the sun. It's hard to make out at first, but as you're watching this, you start getting flashbacks to a gigantic winged blue-scaled creature flying over Rowena. And you realize you see a dragon flying towards this area. Do you remain where you are?
All of us see this?
Apollyon, you would be the second one to spot this.
Okay. A blue dragon?
Well, you see you don't see a blue dragon. You see the outline of a dragon. In the sun, it's just that black silhouette. You don't see the color of it yet. Like, it's literally just on the horizon flying towards. But the first thing you think of when seeing that giant wing over the sun is, holy shit, you start thinking about that blue dragon. That's all I was saying. Like, it's a similar
okay.
image.
Yeah.
So, do you all remain where you are? You're literally just little wispy clouds right now. Do you remain flying? Do you go land? You can land on the mountain itself. You can do whatever you want, really. What do you do when
we can't talk to each other, so I believe we should pick one person to make a decision.
I mean, technically we've all been following Eloise this whole time because of her hand.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. She cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point I figure, the hand goes away when we're like in the vicinity of the area or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so we're just following her, right? Like, we wouldn't be able to communicate, so we should just ask her, does she want to keep going, or do we want to find a spot to, like, transform?
Can't really ask her.
So, yeah, here's the thing. So, like you said, you can't really...
That's what I'm saying. Alyssa needs to decide that.
Well, here's the thing. So, you're right. You absolutely can't communicate very much more than, wave hands and stuff. Eloise rolled a 12. So if everyone just kind of looks to her, by the time she actually realizes, hey, there's something coming, it's been a little while. And it's quite a bit bigger and closer than it was a moment ago. So you, Eloise, you need to decide what you want to do.
Is it coming from directly south of us?
Sorry?
Like is it coming directly south of us, like down here?
It's coming in from, it's coming from the west.
The west.
Directly west. Because it's flying in the setting sun.
Go ahead, Apollyon, with what you were going to do. Blood will do something in a second if you don't.
I know I suggested the opposite, but after seeing these zombies and then seeing the dragon, I'm gonna like go down on my own and like try to look for a place to like land by a bush or something to transform.
So there are no bushes. Like I said, there's nothing growing anywhere around here. There is
Nothing. Oh my god.
There is nothing growing around here. There is like the rocks and the ledge. There's the mountain behind you that you could find a place to land there. You could land on the ground at the feet of the mountain. You could try to go somewhere along the pass beyond to the south and land somewhere around there. So you could look for like rocky crevices to transform into, but there's nothing that's just, out there that you can easily get behind.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look for a rocky crevice.
Okay.
Preferably like, I don't know, in this area, like directly below these guys.
Okay, so Apollyon, reacting to this while Eloise is still just like kind of staring, go ahead and make a perception check. Or an investigation. I'll allow either in this.
For Apollyon?
Yeah, for Apollyon.
I'm proficient in perception. I'll do that. Big money, no whammies. 16.
16. Okay. You can spot something at the base of the mountain down here, a little rocky patch that's kind of tucked in and a little bit of a indentured cave. It's not like really deep or anything like that, no more than maybe 10 feet, but you think you can land down there and get behind it and transform. So that's what you go do. You go flying downward. Everyone else has been kind of looking at the dragon or looking to Eloise, and then you all just spot Apollyon zipping down towards the ground. What do the rest of you do?
Oh, yep, let's go.
Follow.
Okay.
Same.
All of you-
Let's go.
Yeah.
I got minimal. I could talk minimally right now. I'm doing something, but yes, I follow as well.
Okay.
Just one quick question: is there any way I can do like an insight or some sort of investigation to see what type of dragon that is? Now that it's closer.
Now that it's closer, yes, I would say so. Give me.
Yeah, roll for me.
Okay, I'll roll for you. As soon as it.
And then I gotta put it back on mute.
Let's see here. I'm loading up your character sheet right now. It is getting closer. You can see a little bit more of it, more of the frame, that sort of thing. So I'm going to say go ahead and do a... Yeah, I like investigation. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you do Arcana for this, because dragons are very magical in nature. Okay. You rolled a 26.
Excellent.
At first, as you're looking at it, and it's in the silhouette of the sun, but you're looking at the way the wings are shaped, the way the horns come off the skull of the thing, and in the first instance, hold on one second. It's not loading. Roll20 is being very laggy right now for me. Just so you know. But you're fairly certain, as it's flying, that it is a black dragon. But the closer it starts coming, it's getting closer every second, and you're watching the way it moves. And with your 26 Arcana Veil, you are absolutely sure that while yes, it is a black dragon, it is an undead dragon.
Yes. Veil is like a big smile comes across his
Oh
face
shit.
as he tucks down with Apollyon and the rest of the group, and starts to transform back into his body.
Okay. Now, I am going to need a group stealth check for this. You're tucking back. You're trying to hide as you transform. So the moment you step out and you're like, the moment you're whole again, it is possible to be seen. But we're gonna see whether or not you actually are. So stealth checks for me, everybody.
Can I cast Pass Without a Trace from the staff?
Well, this is whether or not to see what anyone spots you as once you transform.
Yeah.
But that's why it's a group check.
Group
All right,
check.
you're gonna have to. My hands are tied right now. You're gonna have to roll for me for pretty much everything. I could talk in
Yep.
and out, but I can't
Yes.
control anything right now.
Okay, you rolled a 13, Veil.
He's got advantage for his boots.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, is that me?
Did we? I think we might have bought another pair. So or no, we found another pair and all the stuff we got down in the Tarrasque. So yeah, so someone else had another pair because I remember Eloise didn't want to give up her boots of flying.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you
So
took
I
them,
do.
yours.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense. $25.
So Veil was still a 13, unfortunately, but for the most part, everyone else rolled ridiculously high. Bloody 32, Apollyon 24 with a nat 20, Liam with a 25, even Eloise with a 16.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
you all transform and you duck back, and you're basically pressing yourselves against the wall as you hear this little of stone, a little bit of pebbles tumbling down the edge. You hear a and then a little bit of a shuffling as a sentry just happened to be making their way by as you transformed. But you feel like you're fairly safe in this moment, and so Eloise, you cast Paths Without a Trace on it. Now then, now that you're here in person once again, you can whisper to one another, and kind of, I'm sure Veil, you have some insight in what's going on here.
Yeah. So Vale says to the group, "You need to trust me on this. We need to isolate this dragon and attack. Throw spells, throw what you got that will make it force a legendary save. Trust me. Fireball is a good one." And I nod to Liam. Does he still have his necklace of fireballs?
I've only 2 beads.
I mean,
All right. So we need to somehow get this dragon by itself because I don't want to deal with all the other things fighting with us. Got any ideas, Bud?
well, I'm gonna mention. I mean, if you're throwing out fireballs, I mean, we were trying to do this as quiet as possible. I mean, is there a way we can take it down without? I mean, can we get it to land? I mean, I guess it doesn't sleep.
Maybe we can fool it into thinking there's some food, and then we jump on his back.
I mean, it's undead. What would it eat?
Can
we
we?
need. God.
Brains.
I was just thinking maybe it's something we can deal with on our way out. Just because if we're trying to do the
Do you
rest
think it
of
will still be
like, if we're trying to go in quietly, then maybe we do the quiet stuff first and then try to take down the dragon.
Vale,
go ahead.
Vale grabs Eloise by the hand and puts his forehead onto her hand and says, "I don't want to miss this opportunity. I've been dreaming of this my whole life." And how far away are we from that spire?
You're at the foot of the spire right now, actually.
Oh, good. Okay, so I'm trying to think of a way to lure it out or get it away so we could take it on 1-on-1 or 5-on-1.
Somebody, go ahead and give me a perception check since he's mentioning the dragon. See if you can see where it is right now.
17 and 22 from Blood and Eloise.
Okay. Eloise, you kind of pull your head out and take a gander up, and you see just the tip of the wing at first as it's flying downward. You can hear a whoosh, whoosh sound. It sounds like it's landing somewhere near the tower, the watchtower right now.
Okay. Well, I'll tell everyone that.
All right. So, like, does it sound like it's landing up top or down where we are?
It sounded like it was landing near the tower itself, which is up on. You're basically tucked into a little hole in the cliff that's underneath where this watchtower is built. So you're basically about 70 feet down at the foot of the mountain. You got this 70-foot cliff up above you, and then up there's a flat area where the watchtower is, and all the tents and everything is placed.
Okay, I could picture it now in my head.
Yeah.
Veil, do you care about it, still being in one piece?
We just need to burn through its legendary saves. What's that word?
Resistance.
Or like, if it fails a save, it could use a legendary action.
Resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, we just need to burn. We just need to burn through. I think it has. Can I do a history check to see how many years that metagaming? I'm not really sure.
I mean, just talking about legendary actions themselves or legendary resistances is metagaming. If you really want to get into it, but you know that dragons are really, really resistant to spells, and they tend to be able to resist them most of the time. Though over time and over the course of a battle, they seem to get weakened and aren't able to succeed as often. You can just think of it like that.
Okay, so
we need to tire it out.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
We need to tire it out.
We need to tucker it out with spells, I believe. And yeah, and Veil's like champing at the bit right now.
Okay, because I was thinking if I cast Enlarge on Apple, he could take it out from the sky.
That's the thing. Everyone.
Yeah, but if I could roll, we have Pass Without a Trace, so if you turn into something small, Eloise, and come with me, I can pass the stealth check. I mean, I'll be hardly detectable with you around.
Like, you're still a giant flying, you'd be even bigger, red minotaur.
No, wait a second. Can you...
I think it's going to see you. Yeah, Pass Without a Trace.
Can you cast spells while you're in wild shape?
No.
No, but it gives you
Not yet.
No, I think you gotta be like 17 or 18.
Yeah, but you're out in the open, flying through the air. That's not really a...
Yeah, I don't think.
Hey, it all comes.
I mean, if you had like
Do a dice
invisibility
roll.
or greater invisibility on you, you could.
Well, he would be invisible.
Look, if the dragon's on the ground and it's looking down, you can sneak up behind it.
Yeah, I don't want to kill it.
It's 18th
I just wanna
level
power-
that gets that ability.
You want to?
I just want to tire it out. Alright, I gotta
Tire it out.
Yeah, you're fine, bud. You want the pet.
All right, so
I mean, that
Some
would
of
be
us
pretty
are-
sick, but
going to need to be on dragon duty, wearing it down. But some of us will have to take out some of these walker guys up there.
What do I
So
have?
how are we gonna decide?
You and me.
Me
on
and
guard
one
duty.
other could take them all out. That's all I'm saying.
You
Yeah, I
and
think
me.
Apollyon would be good at taking out the
the zombies and probably blood as well, and then Eloise and myself can focus on the dragon. And Liam, if you have some beads left, you could throw them as well at the dragon.
So we're all on the same page, because you've been waiting for this moment your whole life. What are you what's your end game with this dragon here?
I will control it, and it will be on our side. Forever.
Well, I like that.
Veil has a big smile across his face when he says that.
I'll bet.
Veil, can you cast Bane?
I don't know if it's prepared. I don't have my stuff up right now.
I don't think that's a wizard spell.
I think that's a cleric,
and bard.
Oh.
That's
paladin
one
too.
of the three spells that I command.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I knew someone in here had Bane.
With that, your bow.
Okay. So then, if you can Bane it, depending on whether it succeeds that or not, might
Well, if
help.
I can get in close, I could make it. I might be able to stun it. But then again, dragon.
Yeah. Well, it's just that if I call lightning, it creates a big storm above us. So, like, that might be drawing too much attention. How often do storms hit this part of the desert?
Sandstorms do.
Blood, go ahead and make a history check.
Liam likes this necklace a lot, but he's willing
25.
to do just about anything for the group, so he's counting it out, and he's got 6 more beads there.
Okay. What'd
That's
you say?
25.
Thank you. With your 25, storms do hit the desert. They're not like super infrequent, but they're not as frequent as, say, anywhere else, because it's the desert. They tend to be very hard electrical storms more than anything else. Very little rain, or very light rain at the least, because again, desert. And what rain does hit tends to be sucked up and absorbed into the desert very, 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 very quickly. So there's a lot of static discharge and that sort of thing as well that goes on. That's where.
Okay, so my call lightning spell wouldn't draw as much attention then.
It's not unnatural to happen in this area.
Okay.
Eloise, give me a nature check.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I like this. I like the idea. This call lightning is very strong.
Right? I won't be able to. That's a natty one.
Oh no!
You're looking at your shoes.
You glance up into the sky and look around. There's not a cloud in the sky right now.
Can you make like a sandstorm?
From what I have prepared, do I have how could I make a sandstorm? Probably with like wind wall or something like that. No, I can create.
Again, I think it's gonna be obvious that it's magic.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we have that fan intended to move the boat.
And
That could.
be okay.
That's not really the same thing as a sandstorm, though.
No.
We're also going to be throwing fireballs, so I don't think stealth is going to be an option at that point.
Yeah, we only have stealth up to a certain point.
But we do want to get close.
Why am I dancing all over the fucking
saving
place?
throw. God damn it! Why are all my saving throws things that other people other creatures tend to be really good at? It's all like freaking dex saves and con saves. Those are the two main ones that
people stack on.
You're good at. Ah.
Well,
Yeah.
just remember, we're not doing 5th edition after this one, so things change.
Oh, great! I'm gonna have to learn something. Oh, good. Okay. Well, that'll go. That'll go as it goes.
It's not that different.
It's really
No
not.
truer
It's really not.
statement ever.
Because what's the next one? The Spelljammer one you were thinking about?
Yeah, Spelljammer via Pathfinder.
Gotcha. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah. So I can try to summon a moonbeam. I mean, if it is undead, then maybe the moonbeam could hurt it more. Might be more susceptible because I'm pretty sure that does radiant damage.
Well,
I know that
when the time comes, you can bust that out.
the times that I've used it and it's been, an undead thing, it hasn't liked it more than living things. That's an observation I made.
When we were flying around, I guess, is it just undead people, or are there any actual
You with that
normal
that
people?
nat 20 that you rolled, I'm gonna say that you did notice there were a handful of humanoid sentries who were not undead. You could see that there are a few cultists in robes that were human. There's a few various races. I'm not gonna just list them out, but there are
They
living.
weren't dead.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
living members of the cult alongside these undead.
I guess he would look at Apollyon and be like, all right, I think we need to focus. I mean, obviously kill what's in your way, but we need to kill the living ones first. Because
Veil.
they can call for help.
Sorry. Veil, I'm going to go ahead and give you an Arcana check for free here real quick. You rolled a 15. One thing you do know, because you're a necromancer, you deal with the undead, is if there's this many undead about and there's also an undead dragon, something pretty big has got to be controlling all these. And chances are, if they're focused around this camp, whoever controls it is probably there too.
Okay.
Tower.
So cut off the head of the snake?
Well, I mean, the undead will still be there, but I mean,
They won't be under, a person's control, so they may not automatically try to come after us?
Hey, Vale. If we start attacking the followers of this other caster, he'll know immediately, won't he?
I'm sure he has some sort of connection to them that will alert and he'll realize what's happening.
As soon as we're seen, it's on.
Yeah.
Okay, so then how about instead of going for the dragon first, why don't we try to find this, the heart of the Hydra?
Well, if we're able to take him out, then will the rest of them just stop? Or will they be uncontrollable menaces?
They'll be feral undead.
Oh,
Okay,
delightful.
does that make
Like,
your
like,
does
if I
that make
don't-
your
if I-
ability to get control over them easier or harder?
I would have to burn a lot of spell slots to do that.
So it's easier if they're just dead, not already animated?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like if I didn't recast animate dead or control undead, whatever, every night or morning, every night before I go to bed, those zombies would not be under my control. They would just be
But what I'm
zombies.
saying is, if we get rid of whoever it is that's controlling them, and your main focus is getting the dragon under your control, would it be easier to do that if we kill the dragon first, or if we just get rid of the person who's controlling it and then you grab control of it? I
I
don't
would
know how
need to-
wizard magic works.
Yeah, basically, as far as the dragon goes, we need to wear it out before I could do my thing on it. as far as whatever's controlling the undead in this tower, it's going to be in there, and it's going to be a slash fest to get to it. It's not like we're going to be able to go slip through and go right to the whatever's controlling it. Either way, you would have to kill all the zombies or somehow subdue all of them before you go to it. Now, maybe if I had a dragon to help us, that might work.
Right. So what you're saying?
You got
is,
one right here.
in order to take out the necromancer, we have to take out his defenses.
Yeah.
But you can take the dragon over even if it's under someone else's control?
Yes.
So it
Alright.
seems to me that it's starting to sound to your group that just rushing in to try to attack the dragon isn't your best option.
Probably not.
Yeah, so we'll have to get whatever's controlling it first and hope the dragon sticks around so we can take care of it after.
We're gonna have to kill everything all at the same time.
Yeah. So if you want to try the sneaky approach, we could try that up until the point where we get caught, and then pineapple.
Fluffernutter.
And our pineapple is Polly.
So,
Yeah, unleash the Minotaur.
okay, so if we're trying to be sneaky, should we windwalk and maybe go into the cave system? Like, see who we can find and what's where and what's what.
I thought our windwalk was done.
No, we still got some time. I think we
We
need
still
to
have
get
4
started.
hours.
You got about 2 hours left.
Oh, okay.
2?
I mean,
How
to go
how
into
many
that-
hours does it take? How many hours does it last? I thought it only lasts 8 hours.
8.
Yeah, but I thought you said it took 4 for us to get here.
It took 4 for us to
And
get
then we
there.
looked around.
And then you looked around. Okay, so you only looked around for, we'll say maybe another 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, you have 3 hours left. Sorry.
Okay. And considering how fast we can move, really, as windwalk.
Yeah, like for us to get to the ground took 1 round.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to move in Windwalk 4.
Yeah. Because if
Okay.
let's say if Mitchell is here and we can get him on our side, then that's just another person to help us take out this, what did you call him, a necromancer, and get Veil his dragon.
As long as Mitchell isn't the necromancer, sure, yeah.
I don't think that was in his wheelhouse, but
I don't think we fully knew his wheelhouse.
I mean, I guess not. He
Just
seemed
being
more
a
like
traitor.
Also, wizards can just learn spells from other people and put them in their spellbook.
that's true. Okay. Well, let's go see. Let's be our cloud selves, and let's go see if where this necromancer is and who it is.
He's gonna be in the tower.
Okay, well let's go check out the tower.
Okay, yeah, let's go look in the window or whatever. Alright, let's go
Oh god.
and then come back to here.
Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe we can land, I don't know, maybe we can land somewhere else. But
Okay. So you're
We're
gonna
not invisible.
regain your cloud form, and you're gonna go flying to the tower to go check out the windows. Sounds good. I'm gonna. Now you are moving super fast. You're all misty and that sort of thing. So I'm going to allow you to roll stealth at advantage for this to see whether or not any of these sentries spot, this big group of misty, wispy clouds come flying up from the ground and over to the tower.
$30.
23.
Are we still adding 10 to this also from the Pass Without a Trace?
I don't think we had Pass Without a Trace up yet.
She
Yeah, we
said
did.
she put it
Oh,
up
you
as
did?
soon as we
Oh.
landed, yeah.
Well, then 40.
Yeah, I suppose that would technically work because it was cast and then you transitioned back. So as long as you're staying within 30 feet of each other, yeah.
20.
Yeesh. 30, 20.
Okay. Okay. You go flying up, coasting along this cliff face, up into the air, just as a sentry makes a turn and goes back the other direction. You go flying up, around, making your way over the tents and everything like that, making a pretty good pace until you get up to the windows and are able to glance inward. You can see 3 individuals standing inside this watchtower. 2 of them seem to be in conversation. One looks like an individual wearing scraps of clothing adorning his body. He's wearing an odd sort of iron headdress, and as you kind of move about and look through the window, you can see that his form as well, withered, decayed. The body looks like a zombie itself, but he's holding a large staff in his hand with a crystal adorning it. He has greaves on his feet and boots on his feet. He's wearing a little bit of a halter around his waist, and you can see a bag at its side. That Veil, you're relatively certain, is a spell component pouch. He looks withered and decayed, but he's having an animated conversation with another individual. This one appears to be a tiefling, wearing red robes about their person. They have what you can see to be a wand tucked into their belt. They're bald of head, but their horns are big and long coming out the front of their head. They have tattoos all over their face. Another spellcaster, you're guessing. The third is clad in armor. Full plate armor. It has a very large longsword on its back. You can't see any face whatsoever, just a big round cylinder-like helmet with a bit of a gray plume coming out of it. He has a cloak on his back that is tattered and frayed, and his hands, as he passes the window, you can see are skeletal. It also looks out the window. But then passes by, ignoring your cloud forms as it makes its way along the edge. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
Oh my god.
So many crits today.
Shout it out, Eloise.
I'm paying attention now.
Yeah, with that nat 20 for a 30, you can absolutely hear the conversation. It's low and hushed, but what you hear is
Ooh, sound-based, I have advantage.
Yeah, but you're a cloud now. I mean, would that still
Yeah, it's
count?
fine.
Oh, two better.
It don't matter. What you hear is plans are going accordingly. We have seen none approach from this side, but we are ready for when the inevitable attack commences. This is from the undead-looking dude carrying a staff. The mage, with the tiefling mage, replies, "Yes, pretty soon, this tree will once again shade this desolate land. It'll be glorious. The dreamer, in all of his wisdom, will bestow so much upon us. It won't be long now. The High Priestess is in the second to last rite. In no more than 24 hours, the ritual will be complete, and the dreamer will come out of the great doors to the dream dimension once again." And the conversation kind of continues on in that same vein. Unfortunately, Eloise, you really can't say anything given that you're a cloud form. But I imagine you all said you were planning on leaving after checking out everything there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, balls. We got a fight in front of us.
Yeah?
It was a very good description, Matt. I know exactly who you just described. Oh, I don't like it.
Can I roll insight on this conversation?
What are you trying to get insight on?
Anything about their their military routines and stuff like that? Is there a certain time when they? Oh no, they don't switch shifts. Nobody gets tired. They're fucking undead. I was thinking when are they eating? When are they sleeping? Never.
Yeah, pretty much.
Never mind then. Never mind. I withdraw my insight check. There's nothing to be learned here.
Fair enough.
Or at least I can't think of a better one.
Okay, well, if we all go back to, recoalesce ourselves, the first thing out of Eloise's mouth is going to be, Avier's on the second to last rite. Less than 24 hours. We don't have time to mess around with this dragon. We have to go stop her.
If we don't take out at least one of these towers, we're not going to survive getting in.
Right. I mean, the dragon's going to attack when we start fighting its master, so...
And if we take out one of the towers, maybe that halts her. Maybe it slows it down. Maybe she'll want to tighten security. Anything, but it could help.
I think our best tactic is take out the smaller ones first. We could take out a lot of them pretty fast. And then we go for the big guys.
Okay.
I think we should move the dragon away from everybody else.
I think
I can take him on.
I mean, if you think you can lure the dragon away,
I'm
that would
approximately 34/18 dragon, so yeah.
Right, but do you really want to fight the dragon yourself?
Well, I'll have a buddy. Who wants to be my buddy? Veil?
Yeah,
Vale's gonna want to go where the dragon goes, I assume.
So, in Veil, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Barely.
in Vale's eternal selfishness that you've witnessed forever, he lowers his head and says, I'm okay with doing what the group wants to do. And he gestures towards the tower.
Well, hey, if it's possible, we'll get the dragon, but we just can't make it our priority.
Yeah, we'll get the tower, and then I'm sure the dragon's gonna be out there, and then we'll get the dragon.
I'm sure we can kill another dragon if we need to, and you could bring that one back, maybe.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh. Well, how did they bring this one back?
Powerful wizard.
Well, I thought I was talking to one.
You are, but it needs to be an undead dragon.
Yeah, if we had the undead dragon, then the rest of these guys would be easy.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, it'd be great. We'll see what we can do.
So what's step one?
Steal everyone's
Ooh,
underpants.
My vote is dragon, but I will do what the majority of the group wants to do. Because I'm a team player now.
I think step one is we need to take out as many of these skeletons as possible as fast as we can. And then everything else is going to start flooding towards us no matter what. We fight our way up the tower. I mean, Polly wants to take on the dragon. Or at least lure him away.
Look,
you
I
don't
can-
have to try and kill him, Polly.
I got,
Yeah,
I got potions and things I can take to make myself stronger for a short amount of time.
So again, the goal is not to kill the dragon, it's to tire him out and make sure he's not resistant anymore. He's easier to control.
Okay.
I think I can do that.
So you're thinking about luring the dragon away?
I think we're
Maybe, like, into a sky battle.
Well, Polly, there's something that might help you with something like that. And he removes his necklace of fireballs and he goes, if you could get him to follow you and drop some of these backwards at him, that'd give you a hand up in this fight.
Or drop all of them down onto the zombies below like bombs.
Liam takes it back real quick. Never mind. You know, you don't understand how special this is.
Are you even able to do that? Are you able to take more than one off at a time?
Oh, yeah.
You can technically do 2 or more, and it will like do an upgraded fireball or something like that. But then you're burning like a bunch of fireball spells because
Yeah, you're better off doing it one at a time.
yeah, better to do them one at a time.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, they could do some damage.
But if you dropped one on a dragon from midair and then ran off,
That would work too.
Can I rip off like one and hand it to him, and then he take that? Or
I think
do you
I think it's more like a grenade. You pull
more
it off
immediate? Okay,
and
that's
you
what I
have
thought.
to throw it. Yeah.
I was just thinking out loud. I mean, if you promise to only use the fireball beads on the dragon, one at a time,
Alright.
we can take the zombies out no problem.
Alright, fine.
Alright, he'll hand it over to Apollyon. We're forming a plan here. It's not
Alright,
attunement,
so-
that's a beautiful thing.
So I'm gonna get way up high in the air and drop a fireball right on this guy. Try to get him to follow me while you guys hide.
Should
Should I come
Vale
with you?
be riding on your back
Yeah.
if you want to be following
You
the
could.
dragon?
Can you
Um,
like
Can you strap me to your back so I can't fall?
Probably, yeah. I was gonna say also you could like polymorph yourself into something small.
Yeah,
But then I
but
can't cast spells.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can pop back out in one round, right?
120 feet.
do we ever get
I
a
think-
baby Bjorn?
Yeah, where's the saddle? Apollyon
The
saddle.
Minotaur saddle.
Honestly, I have leather workers tools and like a bunch of
Oh.
like outfits and stuff with leather straps. So like, I'm probably sure I could have made this already.
He's got a bunch of.
That's what he did with the sex clothes. Is he customed them into a baby Bjorn?
Baby
Oh
Bjorn
my
for
god!
for Veil to ride in. Jesus Christ.
How much does
Somebody please make fan art of this.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, I have 2 bondage and leather outfits. I typed the word bondage twice.
That good. Double leather.
Yeah, if you had thought about doing that.
All right, yeah, let's rig this up.
sex
What do
slaves.
you want me to roll, Matt? Do you want me to roll with my leather workers tools?
Absolutely. Roll with. We're basically shooting back to this this scene back at the Conclave when Apollyon was by himself in one of the dorms, working with his leather tools and his sex slave outfits to create this weird saddle thing.
21.
And honestly, it looks really pretty good. Like there's these straps that can be attached around Veil's thighs and then around the waist to harness him. There's this halter that goes across his shoulders with basically what looks like handlebars on the back for Veil to hold on to, but it's strapped as well so he can let go and cast a spell and not immediately go flying off.
Oh my god. Right there is a perfect example of the rule of cool. Matt just let it happen. I love it.
Excellent. Eloise, can you come with us with your flying boots? I need your
I
spell.
Or
can't.
turn into a bird.
I was gonna say I can't fly anywhere near as fast as Apollyon can. I think. But if I can get within 120 feet of the dragon, I can help.
Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll lure it away, but within enough distance where Eloise can help.
Is it just me? Can anybody else hear?
I can hear you.
I can't hear Matt.
So basically what it sounds like is y'all are trying to get it away from the mountain and the watchtower, at least far enough away that you can fight it in the desert away from the mountain.
Yes.
How far
And
away
this
from
was-
the tower?
It works perfectly that I'm on Apollyon's back because I don't see a map on my iPad and I won't be able to control my character anyway, so it's perfect.
Okay.
I guess just the Megan and Jareth, you'll just have to. I want to spread them out so if there's any breath weapon or anything, they don't get hit.
Okay. Now, Apollyon, you as part dragon at this point, essentially, you fought a few of them as well, so you're familiar enough with them to know that they have one hell of a fly speed. If you drop it really high and then zoom away, you're going to have a headway, but it will catch up to you eventually. Now, how quickly it does, it depends on a lot of circumstances, whether or not people are helping. There's a little bit of wind involved as well, and so you know that at most, if you're lucky, you have 4 rounds before the dragon catches up to you once you drop this.
Okay.
Okay? That's your rough estimation based on fighting dragons as much as you have.
Okay.
So if Veil's on your back, and Eloise, what were you going to be doing?
Because
She just has to keep within 120 feet.
yeah, when I see the fireball or the bead about to hit the dragon,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to I don't know if I should call lightning or if I should moonbeam it. Fuck it, I'm gonna call lightning. I'm gonna try and strike it with lightning.
Okay, so you're going to be out in the desert, waiting for them to come to you, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of follow behind them a little bit, okay, so are you leading the dragon away or are you going to the dragon? Is my question.
I was saying you're leading.
Go ahead.
I was thinking we were going to lead it away from the tower. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
leading
think that's
it
the
away
best
from
option.
the tower.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like try to see if it would go like straight up. Is it landed right now? Is it on the ground?
Yeah, it's currently on the ground, and
Okay.
you
Oh,
heard it
perfect.
moving when you all went and hid again, but you haven't seen where it is right now.
Right.
But you know
Okay,
it
so
was
it's
on the ground.
Presumably, it's just kind of walking around patrolling, I guess.
Probably. That's your best guess, yeah.
I'd say try not to get too far because it's just going to be me and Liam versus like 20 to 25.
You can come with us away from everything, and then we can come back.
Yeah, if we draw the dragon away and we weaken it and take control of it, we can come back with it on our side.
I'm on legs. I don't fly. This is my
I
problem.
thought you were quick. Don't you have the feline
Well, I mean,
agility?
I can, yeah, but I can. With feline agility, I have to be completely stationary for a round for that to kick back in.
Right, but without the ability to fly, I mean, it's hard to stay part of the battle.
So so blood needs to be where the thing's going to be then, instead of chasing it. Sounds like.
Yeah. So do you want to if we tell Blood right now, hey, head for that. We'll wait a minute, and then head to this certain area. Wait a minute, and then we'll bring him to you.
I mean, I suppose.
I mean, if you're on the ground waiting for them and you've got your bow.
Yeah. That sounds like a good idea.
All right, break.
Right.
Okay. So Apollyon is got like a little more than an hour or so left of that wind walk. You could transform into the wind walk, go move to the place, then transform back and do that, or are you just flying up right from where you are?
I think
Yeah, I mean, if I transform like mid-air and then fall, can I then just immediately fly?
Oh yeah, you have your wings. Like the moment you transform back, you just and you're
Okay. Yeah, let me do that then. I'll just go like directly above the dragon.
good. Okay.
Am I on your back right now, or are you?
Yeah, we'll both. I'll just say like, we'll transform down here, and then I'll say, once we're above there, we'll start transforming back, and I'll just like catch you as you fall.
Okay. And so, how about if we still have the windwalk ability, why don't the others meet us at that location? They'll windwalk there now, and then meet us at the location for the dragon.
Okay. Made at the ambush point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you all transform once again. Blood, Eloise, and Liam zooming ahead out to the desert. Not too far,
Yeah.
just enough that you're away from the cliffside, and Apollyon will probably get to you by that point. So maybe no more than 500 feet out or so. You get to that point, Apollyon, Veil, you go flying upward, getting to about, what do you want, like about 200 feet above the dragon?
I would
It
like
might
to
not
get
even-
into fire. Yeah, I would like to get into fireball range as well.
Fireball range 150, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you want to be about 150 above.
Yep.
Okay, Ashley Iron saying she's heading off to bed. Have a great night, everybody. She hopes everybody does well, and good luck with the dragon. Good night,
Thank you.
Ashley.
Good night.
You go flying up. You're about 150 feet above. Go ahead and give me those stealth checks with advantage real quick.
Woohoo! Hot
Thank you.
shit!
Nat 20.
He's just so fucking excited.
That leather
Ooh.
harness is just really easy to be quiet in.
Yeah.
It's so soft. It's so supple. This leather, it's so soft and supple. It's like it's been broken in multiple with many uses.
You go flying upwards, and as you do, you watch the dragon's head move up and look up towards you as you're transforming backwards. It's watching, very curious. Fortunately, it's not the most intelligent thing in the world, being, a zombie, but still intelligent enough. And it watches as you coalesce. You have a moment right now. It opens its mouth. It seems to be looking up towards you both. But you do have a moment. And Apollyon,
Uh-oh.
you drop your bead. Just drop it and let gravity take its natural course. Veil, are you unleashing a spell as well?
I'm gonna do fireball. I'm gonna as the beat drops, I'm gonna time it so it hits right about the same time. And how did
Okay,
I do
what's
that? Did that
What's
work?
the DC for the bead fireball?
Oh, it's
Oh,
good. It's like an
um,
item.
Yeah, it's an
I
item. It says
wrote
on the
Third,
thing.
probably
Yeah.
13.
1 second. DC 15. I wrote it
Ooh.
down, yeah.
Nice.
We had that question last time.
Okay, making 2 of them. First one to the bead, second one to Veil.
Oh,
First one succeeds very easily. Second one fails, and it does choose to succeed. So go ahead and roll the damage for your, or I see it there, 25.
Yeah, I got it.
5.
I rolled
So half
for
of that,
Apollyon's
right?
damage because he's just not set up for it.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
I was gonna drag the fireball spell onto my character sheet, but that's just easier.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, these 2 fireballs hit almost simultaneously, filling this area with fire. The fire also is close enough to this watchtower that the legs of the watchtower get hit by this fire and begin to charge just a little bit from it. The 2 tents nearby catch a little bit on fire. As that happens, the dragon, opening its mouth, unleashes a massive roar. But you're too far away. It sees you, but it can't attack you in this moment because you're just out of range. And
Run,
so
Apollyon, run.
you see its wings begin to flap as it roars impotently, angrily, and begins flying up after you. So, now's the fun part because we're going to be rolling for initiative.
Woo!
Should I go ahead and just get that roll out now?
Yeah, we're just going to do it now. The session's almost over, but I want to at least get a start on this because there are a few things that can happen in this circumstance.
I'm gonna click my character.
have my character up.
Oh,
I
you're
got a
fine.
15.
I'm rolling. You're able to roll, Veil?
Yeah, but I couldn't
Where
click
should
my
I-
character because the map's not on.
Yeah.
Where
no
should I
worries.
put my
15.
token? Like, am I there, but
Yeah.
150 feet above? Okay.
Yeah, basically. You call
Directly above
yourselves
him?
like right up about there.
Eloise, we're moving on the same turn.
Wow.
Okay, hang on. How far am I from the dragon? Okay, so could I
we're
have...
far from the dragon. We're not.
We're
Yeah,
nowhere near.
You're nowhere near
Oh,
this.
dang
You're
it, okay.
actually like in the desert.
You're at the
above-
rendezvous point.
Mhm. But you see it, like you're in the darkness, but you saw because it's now nighttime. You've waited long enough. It's nighttime, so you would see the two giant fireballs explode near the Umbra Spire. Now, as I said, it's basically going to take the dragon about 4 rounds to get to you because you're high enough and you're immediately rushing before it even has a chance to lift off. But it has a very high fly speed, so it's coming up on you quick. You also know... Yeah?
I was going to say, when it gets within 150 feet, can I cast another fireball at it?
You could. You could. That would happen at the end of the second round.
Yep.
So go ahead and throw, and if you're able to, roll your fireball.
Okay, we can do that now.
And how far are they away from us when that happens?
A little over 200.
Okay.
Or no, sorry. At that point, you would be a little... you're just out of Blood's rage. In the third round, that's when Blood has his opportunity.
You had just out of my range. You
Yeah,
said
just out of your range on round 2. On round 3, it's within range. 17 is a failure. And so it does succeed.
Yep.
It's not very smart. And it takes 16 points of damage.
Can I
Okay.
also drop another fireball from the necklace?
So
You'd
here's the
have to
deal with
throw
that.
it.
Yeah, Apollyon. You are currently flying. You're aiming forward. Your arms out, your wings are spread, and you're holding Veil. If you were to turn and throw, you could do so, but the risk is Veil's literally on your back. He's strapped in, so that helps, but it's a very difficult aerial maneuver. There's possibility
okay.
that you would lose speed and that Veil would be thrown if you were to do so. But there's also a chance that it won't.
I'm also assuming, I thought you were, like, dashing, using your action to dash.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was assuming too. So that's what I was saying.
Okay.
That's why I was saying like it would be a dip in speed.
Is the necklace is it an action or a bonus action?
It's an
action.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same rules as fireball. Oh, can you throw it 150 feet? If he was, on the ground or whatever?
Or can I drop it? Am I going straight up away from it?
No, you're not.
You're going
you're not
away
above
now.
it. You're not above it. You are flying away, and it's chasing you, trying to get to you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, then I won't. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, you
Sorry,
don't
I'm just
have
trying to
to use
imagine in
all of the
3D.
beads, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine
Oh, I was just
in
seeing if
3D.
I could get another hit in.
You're flying. It's coming up behind you, trying to get at you. You're flying as fast as you can. Veil's on your back, shooting spells while trying to hold on. Luckily, since he's strapped in, I'm not making him roll dexterity saves for every time he does it. Otherwise, he would have. So, lots of benefits here.
So yeah,
Cool.
At the end of the next round, I'm going to do the same thing.
Now, at the end of the next round, Blood, you can see them approaching. So you spot this, and like I imagine you've been holding your action, waiting for that thing to come near you, right?
Yep.
So you have your aim out, you're waiting, you're watching, but in that moment, the gods seem to be looking down on you with displeasure, and your aim seems to be off as Marty redeemed some disadvantage for you. So you're making the shot with disadvantage.
The robot from Stop and Shop?
Urzak's not getting healed next Wednesday, Marty. No, he's in our fucking Strahd campaign. I'll explain later.
Yeah.
Since I mean it's dark. I'm gonna be concealed, so I would have been at advantage, but with the disadvantage, it's just to be a straight shot on the first one.
Unfortunately, because this dragon, the way it is, you don't get the advantage, so it is a shot at disadvantage.
Marty.
It's your first time this whole campaign with Bloodshot at disadvantage.
Right?
Oh, no.
No!
Gonna have to kill me some Marty, but that's only for that's just for one shot, or is it for both shots?
No, your disadvantage is just at the one shot. So the next one is a regular shot.
20.
20 does not hit. It pings right off the armor. As Veil, you lob that next fireball. Go ahead and roll that. $18. That is another failure. Succeeds anyway. Half that damage. And it is now within Eloise's range. We are at the top of the turn order. From this point on, we're acting as though we are things are within, striking distance of at least most of you.
She just said she lost power at home, so I'm assuming she would probably want to do. Do you think she would do a fireball as well, guys?
Well, she said lightning was what she had prepared.
She wants to do lightning. All right, yeah. Then I guess have her do lightning.
I have 120 range on my longbow as well.
Okay. So we're starting things out. Top of the turn order, Blood from a Stone.
I never rolled for Jareth. But I mean, can on my shoulder? Because obviously you can't fly as fast as Apollyon, right?
Jareth could be waiting for you at the point.
Yeah, let's not worry about Jareth for this event.
You could also dismiss him to the pocket dimension as a bonus action.
Yeah, I need.
Was there anything were there rock formations or anything nearby us?
We can say that it was on Eloise's shoulder.
Okay, perfect.
Did we find a spot with rock formations? Anything out here in the middle that we're being able to use?
You found maybe a little bit of a dune depression that you were all kind of crouched in. We'll say
so
that.
I'm assuming I wouldn't be able to. Would I be able to do a stealth to try and get in there to get advantage?
As high as he is at the right angle, probably not.
All right. Well, we're not gonna go sharpshooter since if a 20 didn't fucking hit.
Okay, what
23.
Nothing.
Nothing really.
I didn't. What'd you say? Matt?
A 23 does hit.
Yeah, we're just getting into the round where everybody can attack.
Okay.
It is 20 total.
20 total points of damage. Your arrow strikes true, hitting it in the chest, and he kind of and takes the hit.
Let's see Yeah, it's 2 nat 1s.
Ooh.
Thanks, Marty. I blame Marty for that one too.
Yeah, that's all you, bro.
So now Urzak, there's gonna be a steamy love scene in the next next one in Cog's book. Tune in next Wednesday to figure out what that means.
Absolutely.
So, all right, yep, that's Blood's turn.
That's Blood's turn. Apollyon, you're up next. You're flying there, and you can see that the dragon is gonna be right up on you as soon as his turn is up. But you can react first. What do you do?
How far away is he?
We're gonna say let's actually call this accurate here. So he's less than 30 feet away from you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm going to. Jeez, I can do so much. I'm going to use. Oh, man. Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to rage.
Okay.
Time to get some! And then I'm going to do.
Well, as you're raging,
Sorry.
you can feel the favor of the gods upon you because Pink Sheet Geek redeemed an advantage for you, Apollyon.
Woo! Hell yeah. Let's do it. Alright, I'm raging. I'm gonna turn and go right for this dragon.
Okay, you come spinning around, Veil still on your back, strapped to you, and you go flying towards the dragon.
Alright, and I'm gonna attack it with my trident when I get in range. 17. Wow, that's terrible.
17 misses. You stab at it with your trident, and it just kind of glances off those scales.
Alright, I'll try again. 19. Wow, they're bad.
Yeah, those scales are tough, and you're just digging at them, but they're unbreaking, and you are unable to make purchase.
Use. Let's. I'm gonna action surge. I'm gonna attack 2 more times, and I'm gonna go reckless for advantage. $22.
22 does hit.
Sick. I'm gonna use my. I guess it kind of doesn't matter. I'm gonna use my menacing attack.
Okay.
I don't know why the lightning's on it. It's not supposed to be. Or it's supposed to be 3 instead of 6. Jeez, okay. So it should be 20 total damage.
20 total damage. You stab down hard into the creature. You hear that ah! Unfortunately, it is immune to the frightened condition, so it does not react to the menace, but it definitely takes the extra damage.
Cool. That is all I can do.
Okay.
Don't you have one more attack?
Yeah, you do actually.
Sorry. Alright, let's do this correctly with the damage this time. 26.
26 does hit.
And I am going to use... Can I use more than one maneuver per turn?
Yeah, every time you roll, you can use another maneuver if you want to.
Yeah, it says 1 per attack. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so I'm going to use the second one on this hit. And I guess I'll... I mean, can I make a creature prone that's flying?
It's...
Yeah.
a lot more difficult than to do that with a dragon. I'm gonna say, well, actually, if the target is
it's just large or smaller. Okay,
no.
well, I have to do something to get the extra damage die. I can't just like roll it just because, right?
Mhm.
Sure. So, all right, I'll try to trip him.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yeah, it still does the damage. That's fine.
Okay, this damage should be correct. So, 7, 7, and 8, 22.
22 points of damage. It's looking not really rough, but it's definitely taking some hits.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Next up, we have Necthros Veil. Veil, this thing is flying there. Huge, massive wings just flapping as an Apollyon was stabbing at it with you on his back, fighting this creature in midair. What do you do?
So would Vale know that he is tuckered out? By now, I don't want to use the term. At this point,
Make an insight check.
He needs a nap.
ooh, that's an 8. I'm gonna use the lucky point and reroll that.
Okay.
Well,
You're sitting there thinking, and you're like, did he use the... You're just looking back there at it. Maybe, but you're not 100% certain.
then I'm going to do another fireball to make sure.
I like it.
I don't know.
You throw another fireball. The dragon spins out of the way as the explosion happens, and it does seem to miss him enough that he takes not nearly as much damage.
Can I cast Silvery Barbs to make him re-roll it?
Yeah, actually you can. Silvery Barbs. Nat 20 for
Come
27.
on. Yep.
Yeah, he passed.
Damn.
Yep.
Even better.
Alright, the Megan is gonna come and do a, he's gonna come on the side within 60 feet, and kind of hit him from the side with the static discharge.
Okay. Each creature in the line has to make a dexterity saving throw. 25, another success, but still takes the 7 points of damage.
And then, can I just have Jareth go on my turn as well?
Sure.
He's just fly on the other side, kind of, within 60 feet of us, but not, like, not in any line where if there's a breath weapon or anything, he's gonna, get it. So basically on the other side of where the Megan was.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's my turn.
We'll say that the Megan is right there. I actually have a token for it even.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't, but everyone
Yeah.
else can. And it's right there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for Vale's turn. Next up, we have the dragon. So the dragon is going to be using its breath weapon attack. That's the smartest thing for it to do right now. The Magan would be in the way, as well as Vale and Apollyon. So I need the three of them to make dexterity saving throws.
The Megan token is exactly what I pictured.
You like that? I actually used that token in the Magi Knights. Echo from the
Yes,
Stars.
I knew that. I
Yep.
knew I recognized it.
Yep, I thought it'd be perfect to use for this. Okay, so I'm gonna do that damage here. Whoosh. DC is 18. So that is 65 points of acid damage to Apollyon and the Magden. The Magan? Is it Magan? I feel like Magan.
Yeah.
So 65 points to Apollyon and the Magan. Half of that, 32 points of damage to acid damage, I should mention, to Veil.
Holy shit, 65?
Yeah, 65. I rolled really freaking well.
The Magan has 60.
63? Oh,
12
God.
No,
D8.
68.
68? Oh!
Oh,
Six-
so that now has
wow.
3 HP. Woo!
Wow!
That's why I tried to get him on the side, like where basically flanking on both sides, and he wasn't out of the rapid weapon, but it doesn't matter. I'll take it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just right. No matter what,
Yeah.
he would be right there with you all.
Hey, we're trying to trade up. We're trying to get you a dragon, bro.
So I'm just at this point. I'm just screaming with acid all over me. What did I take? 30 something.
Yeah, 32.
74 masters. 40.
42.
I'm going to.
That was a big hit even for me.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
That's over half. Well over half.
That's what it felt like when I fell into the acid bath.
Vale's gonna scream. Hit it with spells, not weapons. I need to tire him out. I'm gonna reroll. When do I roll for the recharge?
For the what? What's up?
The
Oh,
recharge on the
you do that. You do that at the start of its turn, and you would roll a d6.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. That was the dragon's action. Yeah, I think that it's gonna stop right there. Liam, you're up next.
Jeez, I can't do too much. They're still in the air. I'll just take a couple quick shots. My last 2 +2 arrows. Pew, pew. Did it not register the second click? There we go. 21, 22.
The 21 just hits.
Nice. Oh, I did not mean to roll a third
Yep.
time.
No worries.
Oh, I'm glad. Alright. Okay. Yeah, 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage. Nice.
Glad I used the +2 arrows.
It's looking kind of hurt, but more arrows are hitting it, more spells are being cast, but it's definitely still there and still a threat.
Yeah, we'll start spreading us out a little bit down here. That's it for me.
Well, at the end of your turn, it's going to go ahead and use its legendary action. And I think it's going to go ahead and do a wing attack because it's in the air. So it starts flapping its wings as hard as it can towards Apollyon and Veil. So I'm going to need the two of you to make dexterity saving throws or be knocked out of the sky.
Oh, the DC on this one's 19? Oh.
It is. Yeah.
Luck
Unfortunately.
points.
Can I use a lucky point when I already had advantage?
Yes, you can. Oh, that didn't roll
Doing
damage
it, I guess.
either.
If you want. Lucky has very few restrictions.
Oof.
Great.
No.
Still a fail.
Yeah, still a fail, unfortunately. The both of you are knocked out of the sky, and you go plummeting downward. Into the sand. You're gonna, let's see, how high were you right now? I think you're like 120 feet up.
Oh wait, that high?
Oh, shit.
How far away is the Magin from the dragon?
The Magion's pretty
he-
damn close to it, but it wasn't. It's within 10 feet, so it wasn't able to
Okay.
get the Magion.
Alright.
Is this, what am I trying to say? Is this count as an attack?
Yeah, this is a wing attack.
You still gotta do damage?
I think I'm gonna use my parry ability.
Okay, so just to be clear, technically, like, you would have taken damage from just being hit by the wings, but since you were flying, it literally knocked you out of the air. So I'm kind of ignoring that damage and just focusing on
hitting
the fall
us with the fall damage.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah.
I can't reduce that.
No, like I'm just kind of ignoring the bludgeoning damage from the wings because that doesn't matter at this point.
Okay, alright.
We're gonna make this an even 100. You are 100 feet. I'm being generous right now because you were trying to fall. You're trying to fly towards your friends.
Sounds soft, right?
Yeah, it's only 10d6. You're fine.
Luckily, the ground broke our fall.
Oh, you were so
Wow.
fucking lucky.
You were real lucky.
Wow, that's great.
You take a total of 29 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ground.
Paula, you're raging.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
I'm a
do
raging
take
Cajun.
Yep, so you take half that damage. But you are both knocked prone. Now the second
Oh,
part
man.
of the wing attack is it then flies up to half its speed. So it is zooming down towards you.
Oh shit.
It's only half its speed, so it's moved 40 feet closer. So 100 minus 40, it's 60 feet in the air still.
Okay.
In that moment, because it moved away from the Magan does have an attack of opportunity if it wants to.
It's gonna do the shocking touch.
Okay.
Nice.
A 24 will hit. Okay, 6 points of lightning damage.
Lightning hit.
Nice. That is the end of that turn. That was fun.
Yeah, I have 13 hit points.
Yeah, buddy.
Eloise, you're up next.
Spells.
Yeah. Are they within 120 feet of me?
Yes, they are.
I'm going to, since we all seem to be hitting it with lightning, I'm going to go ahead and call lightning
Yes.
through my staff.
Okay. How many charges
The
does that
staff.
use of the staff?
2.
Nice.
Hang on, I have to reopen my character sheet because I didn't realize it was gone. Okay, here we go. So, it needs to make a dexterity save.
You got it.
And then
It rolled a 20.
it saves.
I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs as a
And
reaction.
didn't you already do that on this turn?
Oh yes, you're right. It was
Yeah.
his turn.
The thing's got legendary actions. It makes the turns long.
Yeah.
Forgot. Yeah, that's why I did attack.
Yeah, same turn.
Okay.
Okay, so that used up 2 of Desi's charges. And it did not use up my... Okay, good. And so 17 reduced to 8?
8. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have any attacky bonus actions. How far away is Veil from me?
Veil is probably about 120 feet away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to help there. If that's it, then I don't really have any bonus actions I can do.
You
You
can
do still
move.
have movement.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, the map here, right here, isn't scale, obviously, but
Okay, okay. Well, I'll just
you're 30 feet closer.
and I'm going like the opposite direction Liam was going.
Yeah, so you're about 90 feet away from everybody else.
Okay.
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 At the end of your turn, the dragon is going to go ahead and use the last of its legendary actions
Oh no.
to go flying downward, and it lands on the ground right over the prone form of Apollyon and Veil.
Oh boy.
It raises its head up and looks down at the two of you as its mouth opens, dripping with this acidic saliva. And that is where we're going to end things for tonight's session. So, thank you to everyone who watched today. We very much
Yeah.
appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. It's been an interesting one. Come
Oh,
back
boy.
next Monday. Is everybody good to play next Monday on the 3rd of July?
I'll have to see what my setup is, but I should be heading to a different facility after that.
Okay,
Can you
cool.
give Jeremy PTSD, dude?
Mm.
Do all this shit to Veil.
I might be a little
Alright,
bit late if
alright.
we're doing it on July 3rd, but I can make it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But tune in next time whenever we get together once again to find out what happens when this zombie dragon is right above our heroes. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. But once again, thank you to everyone who watched. On behalf of everyone here in the cast and crew, we just want to say thank you once again. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time on the Faab Five. Good night.
Peace.
Adios.
Night.
Peace.